Hi, I'm Ty Sawyer, also known as the Mindset Shift Maven, and I am so excited to share with you how you can refresh your goals in these 12 areas. This list I have behind me is called the 12 areas of the whole self. But before we dive into that, I want to let you know where you can find me. You can follow me on Instagram at the Mindset Shift Maven. That is also my Facebook page, the Mindset Shift Maven. And make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the Mindset Shift TV channel, and like Facebook. I want you to comment your opinions and some of your goals in some of these areas on this channel, on this video. And also make sure to share it with your friends if you think it's some useful information. I know that it's useful. And so let's dive into the 12 areas of the whole self. First, what are the 12 areas for the whole self? They are a list that I created inspired by a few different lists that I've picked up over the years of how to compartmentalize my goals. It has always worked for me to have a goal in this area, this area, this area, this area that I can attack on its specific timeline. And that list, which started at about 3 to 6 areas, has evolved to the 12 areas of the whole self. And they are life vision, health, fitness, and beauty, spiritual path, intellectual knowledge, love relationship, social and community, wealth building, career and mission, quality of life, life roles, emotional intelligence, and creative life. I feel like that is a list that addresses the entire person, the entire being, not just the physical, but it also addresses your mental and your spiritual. And so I like to share with you how you can either refresh your goals, since a lot has changed since the beginning of the year or the end of last year when you set goals for this year. But if you haven't set goals, how you can set goals in these areas. And so we'll start with number 1, life vision. There is a reason. So if you've been following me and if you've seen this list, you've seen that I've changed it around a bit. And there's a reason that life vision is listed first now. And that is because I look at your life vision as this umbrella goal that is the compass for every other area in your life. When you have created, or co-created your life vision, then in the rest of the areas that follow, you won't get off track because you won't set goals or try to pursue things in these other areas that are not aligned with your life vision, the umbrella goal, the end goal of what you have fulfilled in this lifetime. And so, you can either, when it comes to setting a life vision, you can either set your own, or you can co-create with your higher self in a process that I will be deep diving into on another video called the Life Visioning Process, which was created by Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, who is a spiritual teacher. He is a minister of the Agape Center, author, and all of the above. So an example of setting a goal in life vision is, let's say your life vision, you have gone through the life visioning process, or if you intuitively know why you were put on this earth, you set a goal that your vision is to be a successful businesswoman, it is to be a wife and a mother. That is your overarching life vision. That means, for example, when it comes to love relationship, you won't waste your time away pursuing relationships that don't even have the chance to progress towards a marriage. If you know that part of your life vision is to be a wife and a mother, or if it's to be a successful businesswoman, the goals that you set in career and mission will move you closer to that. You will figure out what industry you like to start a business in, whether you want to become an entrepreneur, or what business you like to join and move up the ranks to the C-suite if you like to become an entrepreneur. And so that is an example of how to set a goal in your life vision. I'll give you one more example. Let's say that one of your life visions is to be a teacher. You will make sure that when it comes to intellectual knowledge, you are gathering knowledge that will help you become the right kind of teacher that you want to be, and the best kind of teacher that you want to be. You won't really waste your time on, if you want to be a math teacher, you won't really waste your time on social studies. Not to say that social studies isn't a great topic, but if your vision for your life is to be a math teacher, you will gather knowledge on math, advanced math. Your career mission, you'll go to school and you'll take math classes. You won't focus on art or any other classes, not math, or won't add to math. And so that is how setting the goals and the life vision work. And now health, fitness, and beauty. I believe that in order to serve your life vision, you must be in the best shape of your life. Not to say that it can't be done without being in the best shape of your life, but in your best shape, mind, body, and soul. So at your own greatest capacity right now. And I say mind, body, and soul as it relates to health, fitness, and beauty, because I do believe that on a deeper level, each of those addresses the mind, the body, and the soul. And we'll go into it and I'll share with you why I believe that. So we'll start with health. Health, I believe, really speaks to your physical body on a deeper level than just eating right or dieting. If you want to achieve your life vision and have a health goal that aligns with it, aligns with helping you to achieve your life vision. What I mean by setting a goal and it being deeper than just eating right and dieting, it is about focusing on different parts of your body that could be hindering you from fulfilling your life vision. For example, if your life vision is to be a world-renowned speaker, public speaker, a world teacher, it will be pretty tough to do that and to be booked consistently if you are a heavy smoker. And that is because the lungs are filled with so much phlegm that it would most likely not be an enjoyable speech. You would not get booked as often if you are coughing every other minute. And so then a goal to set as it relates to your health and align with your life vision would be to focus on clearing the lungs. Focus on changing your diet and your habits, giving up smoking if you are meant to be a public speaker, doing a detox where you can clear out your lungs, clear out the toxins and the phlegm from your lungs. That is what I mean by setting a goal that within health that is related or aligned to your life vision. Fitness. Now, fitness, you would think, while yes, it does impact our physical body, I believe that on a deeper level, it mostly impacts our mind. Because while yes, it feels good to look good, I believe physical activities are more mental than physical. In high school and college, I ran track and field, and there was this saying that the sport was more mental than it was physical. If you've ever run, whether that's short distance, long distance, a marathon, then you know that your body is not going to keep going without your mind being committed to it mostly. As soon as your body or your mind says stop, the body is stopping. And so when you're setting a fitness goal, look to set a goal that, again, is aligned with your life vision. A fitness goal could be, let's say that you do have a problem with focusing, or with, I guess focusing is a big one, or if you often have a problem with indecision, which is usually a sign of not having clarity of mind, and you decide to take up running. That is one of the benefits of running, is the mental, the clearing out of all of the junk on a long run, all of the mental junk, getting out into the air, into the sun, and just clearing out all of the mess of the day or the past days, weeks, months, and years. So when you're looking to set a goal in the fitness area, see if you can go a little bit deeper than just trying to look good or lose weight. While those aren't great goals, see if you can just go a little bit deeper. And then when it comes to beauty, I believe that addresses the soul, and I'll tell you why. I definitely think that it is, again, hygiene and being pretty are benefits of having a beauty routine, which is not just for women. Men should have beauty routines as well. But it's deeper than that. I believe having a beauty routine is a definite sign of self-love. And when I think of my own beauty routine and just the amount of time that you can spend in the mirror or like rubbing your body or in the mirror, taking care of your skin, while yes, the process starts on the surface of washing your face, putting on some serum, putting on moisturizer, it begins to go deeper into the skin. And I truly do believe that it can get deep down to the soul, where it recognizes this simple act of washing your face and massaging your face and moisturizing or massaging your face. When you add on the moisture, that becomes a sign of self-love to the soul. And so, yes, I believe that health, fitness, and beauty on a deeper level speak to our mind, body, and soul. And again, so an example for health, many of us, especially right now, are looking for ways to boost our immune systems. That is how we are impacting our bodies, and mind, body, and soul. That's how we are impacting our bodies right now. When it comes to, so that's an example of a health goal that you can set, is how to, or to boost my immune system, or to add ginger and turmeric or elderberry into my daily routine for the next 12 weeks or for the second quarter of the year. I personally set goals by the quarters, so you'll see me speak to that. A fitness goal, my own personal fitness goal, is to do yoga daily for the next quarter. And again, I said that fitness in mind, body, and soul fitness was related to the mind. Yoga is an activity that, while yes, I'm moving my body, it requires mental focus, because the focus is on balancing and being in touch with your body enough to do the postures and positions and poses correctly. Beauty. A goal that I have is a day and nighttime routine that includes, quickly, because I've got 10 more to go. My daytime routine includes cleansing, serum, and moisturizing. On random days throughout the week, my beauty routine can include a hot bath with salts and essential oils, a mud mask, a mud mask that I might create for myself to pull the toxins from my face and from my skin, exfoliating my body to just remove dead skin. All of those things are an act of self-love. All right, let's move on to how to refresh your goals in your spiritual path. So what I love about spirituality is that each spiritual practice can be as individual as the person. And I do believe that if you are doing it right, your spiritual practice will be different from someone else's spiritual practice. When it comes to this area, it is deeper than, if you're religious, it's deeper than just going to church every Sunday and then calling it one, just checking that off the box if that's something that you've done. What I want you to ask yourself is, what practices do you have in place to connect with your higher source on the daily? And this connecting with the higher source, whether you call that higher source God, universe, spirit, source, higher self, whatever, connecting with that on the daily provides guidance from a stillness within that removes all of the messiness of the outside world. And then after you've put together your practice, I then want you to ask yourself how you are actively applying those practices to your daily life. So, for example, I'm actually going to run and grab all the books that I use, and I'm going to share my spiritual practice with you. Okay, all of these books and journals are currently a part of my current spiritual practice. And I'll share it with you. So monthly, I have a rejuvenation day where I put my phone on airplane mode from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. And I deep dive. I start off with meditation and prayer, journaling. I have an abundance altar, and I'll stand there, fill it with gratitude. I will recite affirmations. Often I'll go to an all-day spa here. I'm located in Chicago, an all-day spa, and just kind of hang out and relax there. And that is my way to, it's practical, but that is my way to just disconnect with the world for a long period of time to reconnect with myself, just to rejuvenate. I call it my rejuvenation day because that is exactly what I'm doing. And that is something I do monthly. Weekly, all of those books that I shared with you and those journals, every Sunday I'll wake up again, I'll meditate, prayer, spend some time at my abundance altar, and then just go through those books and journals and reflect. Each book is a different topic. I have the Jesus Calling book. I have the Daily Stoic, the Love You journal, the journal that I created. I'll share a link in the comment section for this. I also have the Law of Attraction, inspired by Abraham Hicks. I have a book by Iyanla, Acts of Faith, in there. And then I have multiple journals. I have a dream decoding journal. I have a messages from my higher self journal. I have a gratitude journal, manifesting journal, and a journal where I just reflect, just a free writing reflection. And that is something I do weekly. Daily practice is getting up 5 a.m. I meditate for however long it takes, and then pray and go to my abundance altar, and then I'll journal and have a cup of tea. That is my daily practice. And depending on what messages I receive from my source, that helps to guide my day, my week. Just keep me connected, connected to that stillness in a busy world. So when you're looking at this area to set a goal, I suggest, if you don't have a spiritual practice, to maybe make that your goal, to figure out what your best spiritual practice is, your best time to study or to spend time with your higher self. That's one way to develop to set a goal. Okay. Next, number 4, intellectual knowledge. Knowledge is defined as an acquaintance with facts, truths, or principles, as from study or investigation. It is 2020. You can you can get the answer to anything, almost anything that you want on google.com. That is having a vast amount of knowledge available to you. But about 99.9% of the stuff on Google does not add to your life. When we're talking about this area, in the 12 areas of the whole self, we are talking about setting goals, intellectual knowledge goals, where you can gather information and use it effectively, applying it to your life. While yes, it may be fun to Google, trivia about how many different kinds of apples there are in the world. I think it's like 20,000 different kinds of apples. It is most beneficial when you're setting an intellectual knowledge goal to look up information that may help you in your career or help you towards your life vision. And so, for an example, if you are trying to advance in your career, an intellectual knowledge goal could be to read a book a week on your specific industry. Or you can read a book on personal growth, on habits for different areas, wealth building. That's one of our areas here. This is about gaining knowledge that you can use to advance in your experience here on earth. And now we're going to go to number 5, love relationship. Love relationship. We have love relationship on here. And we also have life roles. These are different in that the reason why I separated them is because your love relationship is many times way more intimate than any other relationship that you have with someone else. And I believe that it deserves its own area so that you can specifically focus on nurturing and nourishing the intimate relationship that you have chosen to be a part of. I do highly recommend, when you're setting a goal in this area, to set the goals with your significant other. And some examples of some goals that you can set in this area are date night once a week, therapy to improve communication, vacation without the kids if you have if you have children, or reading the 5 love languages together. It's a book. There are countless goals that you can set that can just help to continue to strengthen the foundation that you have with your significant other, or to move to the next level if you feel like you have hit a plateau in your relationship. So we're going to move on to social and community. That's number 6, and we are halfway through. By the way, I did not say this at the beginning, but hopefully you have already. Grab a notebook and, taking notes on how you could refresh, or just about these different areas of the whole self. So if you haven't, go ahead and pause it and grab a notebook. But for social and community, we all have a part to play in the collective human experience, I believe. Now, your part may be very small, not even going beyond your block, or your part could be local within your city or states. It could be national within your country, or it could be global, serving the world in some capacity. This goal, when you're setting the goal in this area, it is to address how will you serve. How will you serve? And there are many ways to serve. You can serve with your time. You can serve with your money. You can serve with resources. You can serve with connections and referrals. You choose how you will serve. And I know some people have said this is one of those areas where you feel as, you don't really have to set a goal in this area. But I recommend that you do, because when we're looking at this list as a whole, we are talking about areas of the whole self, and serving serves the whole self, serves in the development of the whole self. Giving serves in the development of the whole self. So when you're setting your goal, an example of there are so many examples of social and community. Not only is it about serving, there's a social part there. It is also about, which is very important, just developing your social life. Right now, at this time in history, I don't know when you're watching this video, but right now, in this time in history, we are practicing social distancing. But there are other ways to develop your social life outside of community and serving others. I do believe developing your social life helps you to serve yourself, and there is a welcome of a nice balance to those. And so on the community side, an example of a goal is in the next 12 weeks, the next quarter of the year, you can set a goal to join an organization that serves certain demographics. There are organizations that serve children, elementary school age children, organizations that serve teen moms, organizations that are about preventing teen pregnancy, organizations that serve the homeless, that serve animals. There are all kinds of organizations that you can join, or you can lobby for the rights, human rights of those globally. You can write to your senators, your U.S. senators and different other government officials, and that could be how you serve. You can donate with your money if you don't have the time to serve. You can donate to a cause where you like to see how those people that are already in place, you can help them, with the funds to be able to fulfill their organization's mission. Or you can go out and you can clean up your block. You can rally your neighbors to entertain the children in the neighborhood with a block party. There are countless ways to serve. And so I urge you to set a goal in that area where you can serve your community and serve yourself socially. And let's see. We're headed to number 7, wealth building. Setting goals in this area, I believe, is deeper than just saving. There are plenty of financial gurus out there. I'm not a financial guru. I suggest, heading on to them, making sure that they're legit. But I do believe that when you're looking to set a goal in this area, if you're addressing it from the 12 areas of the whole self, that you first explore your relationship with money. I feel like many of us have deeper issues with money other than, I can never save, or if I do save, I immediately spend that money, or I'm afraid to ask for a higher salary because I don't believe I deserve it, or I am choosing to stay at a job where I am underpaid, I am undervalued, or I'm overworked and I'm overworked. I believe that all of that is tied to our deeper relationship with money. And so when it comes to wealth building, I think first you need to see if your relationship with money is constructive or destructive. If it's constructive, keep moving forward. Set the goals, investing, paying off debt, whatever your goals are. If it is destructive, then I want you to focus on one small step where you can change the relationship. And usually focusing on one small step can take asking yourself the right question. And so if your relationship with money is destructive, then a goal could be, or your homework first is to discover how your relationship is with money. Can you never save? Do you have mountains of debt that you're just drowning in? Do you refuse to ask for a higher wage or a higher salary? Journal all of those things. And then I want you to think of, because I know sometimes it's hard to, when you're wanting to change a habit or change a behavior, it's hard to look at as yourself. And so what I want you to do is to make a note. I'm sorry, a message just popped up on my video. But what I want you to do is to pretend like you're talking to a friend, and a suggestion that you would give them on how they could change that destructive habit. And I want you to write that down. And then a goal could be taking one small step towards transforming your destructive relationship with money to a constructive one. Okay, let's move on to number 8, career and mission. I believe your career and mission is directly connected to your life vision, because most of us have a job, we have a career, and that is our livelihood. Your job, career, and mission are the vehicles that carry you through fulfilling your life vision. And so at each level, your job, career, and mission, depending on where you are right now, you may be at the job level where you just there, you don't see a way up, maybe don't even see a way out. You might hate your job. I think the last percentage for people who hated their jobs in America, at least, was like 68% of people hate their jobs. When it comes to setting a goal, your career and mission area, when you're at your job, maybe you can't see this as your career advancing in, but you also can't leave. Maybe you're stuck in between was a rock and a hard place. And so what you could do, because you can always do something with where you are, what you could do is change your perspective. You could shift your perspective. Yes, this is the Mindset Shift Maven telling you to shift your perspective while you are at your job. And you can look at this job. This job is not your end. This is not, unless you choose to. But if not, if you see yourself pursuing a career where you can be happy and fulfilled in it, or pursuing a greater cause, a mission, then your job is not the end. And so how you can shift your perspective is you can look at your job as a means to an end. Look at that job as, this is what is sustaining me right now. It is helping me pay my bills. It's helping me to put my kids through college. It's, I'm here. I know that I have some place to go to make money to pay for my life. If you have a job and that's where you are right now, your goal could be, which will require doing some work when you leave your job. When you get home, you have to turn off the TV and go to work towards your career, and figuring out what steps you will take to get towards your career or to fulfill your mission in this life. So if you are at the job level, one goal could be working on shifting your perspective, that this is a means to an end. Another goal could be, after I've worked my shift at work, I'm going to come home and take about an hour or two every day to figure out what career I would like to go into. Or if you can only work a job right now because you're in school, then if you need to remind yourself every day that this job is a means to an end, this job works for me while I'm in school, that could be your goal. This is a reminder. Remind yourself every day. That could be the goal. Remind myself every day that this job is a means to an end while I'm in school to get the degree to help me fulfill my career, fulfill my mission in this life. If you're at I feel like your career level is where you can develop your muscle for fulfilling your mission in life. The career is probably where you can spend a lot of time. You feel like you're challenged in a great career. You feel like there's opportunity for growth. It is helping with your personal development. You are thriving, not just surviving, which typically is what happens in a job. I've heard the saying, I've seen the saying, J-O-B, just over broke. But a career is more than that. It helps you to live a full life financially, and it provides challenges for personal and professional growth. And a goal there could be, depending on whatever your goal or whatever you like to do next in your career. If you like to pivot to a different industry, you can have a goal where you are attending conferences that are related to that industry, or you are looking for jobs to jump over, or you're interviewing, taking people to coffee or digital lunch that are in that industry. There are a plethora of goals that you can use, but you have to determine what it is that you want to do next in this career. A mission is, I believe, a part of our highest calls, our highest call in this life. It addresses the question, what is your mission? What were you put on this earth to do? If you're lucky, then you can have a career that lines up with your mission. Some of us take a little more time to find out our missions. But your homework could be, if you're ready to pursue your mission, is to figure out a mission statement, which again, like I said, is directly tied to your life vision. If your life vision is to become a successful businesswoman in the hair care industry, that, you know, your mission statement could be, you know, helping men and women feel or have full healthy heads of hair, whatever. That's an example. But what you need to figure out is, what is your mission in this life? Creating a mission statement. Personally, my mission is to illuminate. I'm a light worker, but I illuminate by using knowledge to tell you the truth with a capital T of who you are in this life and on this earth, and that you do have a purpose, and helping those who believe that fulfill their purpose. That is my mission in this life. And that mission can be fulfilled in many different ways. I'm open to every way possible for me to fulfill my mission in this life. And so I've shared with you how you could set goals in this area. For example, I've given you for a mission, a goal is to work on your mission statement. Another goal for mission is you can walk in it. So by me creating this video for you, sharing the 12 areas of the whole self, I am sharing with you that you are a whole being, and illuminating some of the different areas of yourself as a whole being, and letting you know that by setting and accomplishing the goals in each one of these areas, letting you know that you should set and accomplish goals in each one of these areas, because it will lead to a fulfilling life. And just by being here, you deserve to live a fulfilling life. That is part of me walking in my mission. And right now I'm using video. That is the vehicle that I'm using to fulfill my mission. And so for you, another goal outside of creating a mission statement, you could test out the different vehicles to fulfill your mission in this life. So we're going to go to number 9, quality of life. Setting goals in this area is all about joy. It is about doing the things that bring you joy. Whatever it is, set a goal so that you can make time to do the things that bring you joy. For me, reading and traveling bring me absolute joy. I make time for reading every day. I set aside time for reading, and I make a list of books that I like to read. When I'm done with one, I move on to the next one. When it comes to traveling, I enjoy it so much. I enjoy every part of the process of traveling. I enjoy packing. Well, I don't enjoy that packing. I do enjoy getting getting to the airport. I enjoy the airport experience. Even taking off on a plane, although that can be kind of scary sometimes. I enjoy the flights. I enjoy landing. I always rate the pilots when they're landing. I enjoy the check-in process at hotels, looking for different places, just talking to different people, getting their suggestions on where to eat or where to hang out. I enjoy traveling. I even enjoy the experience of trying to communicate with someone who is speaking a different language that I don't understand, in that moment where even though we're speaking different languages, we eventually solve the problem. Ugh, it brings me bliss. And that's what the quality of life area is about. Finding and doing those things, not just knowing about them, but doing those things that bring you joy. And so I've shared with you my examples. You make a list of the things that bring you joy, and then your goal should be to schedule those things into your calendar. If you don't have things that bring you joy, that is a great opportunity for goals, because you get to try out things that you think might bring you joy. Try them out, see if they do. If they don't, move on to the next thing. So you can make a list of the things that could possibly bring you joy, and then tick them off one by one, or stick with something if you find that it does bring you joy. And a good sign of knowing if something brings you joy is if you are fully present. If you look up, you're like, oh my God, an hour or 2 hours passed by. I didn't realize it. That is a good sign. If you get goosebumps, where your the hairs on your arm stand up, that's a great sign that you are experiencing joy and complete bliss. You deserve it. You deserve it. And that is why it is on this list. You deserve to live a life where you're taking time out for the things that bring you joy. Let's see. We are moving on to life roles, which is directly connected to emotional intelligence. But I told you that it was a little different from love relationship. But life roles is about developing those relationships that mean the most to you. Like I said, it is closely related to emotional intelligence, because in order to make the most or develop those relationships that mean the most to you, you will also have to develop your EQ, your emotional intelligence, not just your IQ, your EQ. Life roles, when you're talking about nurturing those relationships that mean the most to you, it may require communication, forgiveness, self-forgiveness, maybe even therapy. It requires a plethora of emotions. It requires time to developing those life roles. I'll give you some homework for setting a goal in this area. I want you to write out all of the roles that you play in your life. For example, for me, I am a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a best friend, I'm a friend, I am a girlfriend, I am an aunt, I am a cousin, a bunch of different things. I am a board member. Write out the life roles that you play, and then I want you. It's hard. I mean, we're all trying to figure out work-life balance, so it's hard to try to nourish every relationship that you have, every life role that you play. But so I do want you to asterisk one or three roles that you really want to focus on. For example, I'm a sister, and I have a sister, and we're close in age, 14 months apart. And over the time, we had just kind of like drifted away from each other for no reason in particular, other than maybe growing apart, different life choices or different life circumstances. But it had become, because she is one of the most important people to me, when I was going through goals for life and going through the 12 areas of the whole self, when I set a goal in the life roles area, I put an asterisk next to nourishing our relationship. And right now, that looks like her and I are very highly spiritual beings. We enjoy talking about, when when you're talking about spirituality outside of religion, I mean, it is like a buffet of topics, and we enjoy talking about those things with each other. So that has been a way to reconnect. I'm older, 14 months older. Me listening to her and not trying to mother her. That is how I've been able to use emotional intelligence in my life role as a sister, as an older sister, and setting a sister date night or date day, sister dates, monthly now, or whenever the opportunity presents itself. And so that could be how you set goals. You know, be creative with your life. You will know, because only you can play that particular role as an individual in your life. And so you know, if you are a mother and you want to become a more attentive mother, you can set a goal to spend time without your phone with your children. Again, at this time in history, we are in the house, social distancing from others, but for those who have children, not social distancing from your children. And so you have a lot of time to spend with them. But you can focus on being present while you are with them without your phone or electronics. That could be a goal. Or if you are a father, again, being present with your children without the electronics, teaching them some of the things that you enjoyed doing when you were their age. There are plenty of examples. So I want to move on to emotional intelligence. The benefits of developing your EQ, self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship management, understanding the role of emotions in your daily life, expressing emotions productively. To that last point, I know often we talk about anger and how you shouldn't get angry, but anger is a valid emotion. It is how it is expressed and used that can become the issue. I absolutely love this book, Emotional Intelligence 2.0 by Travis Bradberry and Gene Greaves. Travis Bradberry is like the guru on emotional intelligence. I recommend picking up the book. That is one goal. If you're not familiar with the topic, you can set that goal to become familiar with the topic. Or you can set a goal to become more aware of your emotions and how you express them. I was going to give you all some homework. I want you to take a week to write down the emotions you felt throughout each day and how you express them. And then I want you to just either do your Googles or read a book and find out more about the topic. Let's move on to our last but not least, creative life. It is on here because, again, it is important to you as a whole being. That's why it's on here. Being creative unlocks the brain in so many different ways. It gives us the opportunity to play, which is what many of us forget to do as we get older. Creativity gives you the opportunity to play. A lot of things have been created, inventions that have been created out of play. Technologies advance out of play. There are all different kinds of ways of being creative. You can write, you can paint, you can dance, you can cook, you can write poetry, you could do pottery, you can garden. There are all different kinds of ways to become creative. But the important point that I want to make is I want you to not have any expectation of what it is to become. When you're talking about your creative life and you're doing something, I want you to play as children play. children. Little girls are head over heels with these LOL dolls. They pick up the LOL doll, they play with her hair, they, may act out an event or circumstance, and they throw it on the floor. That's where it usually ends up. There was no expectation. They didn't need an applaud or to turn it into a 6-figure business. It was just play. They used their imagination and then they moved on to the next thing. That is what I want you to do when it comes to the creative life area. I want to thank you. We have made it through all 12 areas of the whole self. I hope that you gathered some information about the 12 areas, learned a little bit more. It kind of inspired you to set goals in certain areas. I will be on my Instagram page, the Mindset Shift Maven. I will be deep diving into each one of these areas. I'm taking a week for each area and deep diving into it in the second quarter of the year. I hope you can join me. I really look forward to engaging with you as we dive deeper into the 12 areas of the whole self. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment your opinions or share your goals, and share the video with your family and friends and on all of your social media. Thank you for staying here with me and making it to the end. I know it's nearly an hour long. I hope you took some great notes. Ty, the Mindset Shift Maven, signing off, and I'll see you next time.